Today, we have a conversation with Brad Smith. Brad and his team are crushing it for newsletters with Twitter ads. They're getting subscribers for around $1, less than $1, with up to 80% open rates. And I've talked with several agencies about advertising before meeting Brad, and none of them come even close to the strategies Brad is using. And like I've looked at some of the strategies and just really mind blowing. So really excited to jump right in this conversation and cover all these things. So pumped to have you here, Brad. How are you doing? How's your weekend? How's your how's your Monday started?
Hey, Andy, thank you so much for having me. Excited to share this. I mean, we were even surprised by these, and I'm just glad I don't have to deal with the crazy meta team anymore. So,
Yeah, how's the team over Twitter? Or are you not getting any issues?
oh, by the way, I can just call one of them. He even sends us text messages. That's how
Oh,
responsive he is. So, imagine
wow.
a support channel where they actually are friendly and call you, see if everything's okay. I've never seen that anywhere else.
That's good. That's definitely different level of support compared to Meta.
That's
Cool.
right.
So what's the story with automation links? What inspired you to start it? How did you start running Twitter ads for newsletters?
Yeah, man. Thanks for asking. And we've been in business for going on 10 years. Next year will be 10 years. That means I'm getting old. And we started with websites, helping people with Google and their websites. Over the years, it's transitioned to where we started helping people with email automations, Google ads, and Facebook ads. And then the last year, we really got into YouTube ads for people. Tons of feedback on how frustrating Meta is. I mean, we can't even get access to clients' Meta accounts sometimes. I'm like, there's got to be a better way. A couple years ago, everyone's like, "Oh, you should learn TikTok ads."
Hmm.
Well, I'm against TikTok. I don't know how to dance, and I probably wouldn't do very well on TikTok. So I'm like, There's got to be a better way than TikTok for the next up and coming thing. So it's pretty cool. Last year when I saw Musk tell advertisers to go F themselves, light bulb went off in my head. And I'm like, well, that means probably should go check it out and see what's happening. So last year is when we started diving in and excited to announce next year, that's all we're going to be doing. So we're not going to be offering services for Google or Meta ads anymore. Just going to go all in and be the number one source for that.
So you spotted the opportunity. You saw that Musk is like F you advertisers, and yeah, that must mean that there's probably an opportunity where it's like cheaper because less advertisers, better quality audience potentially. Um, are there any other things that you think X is better over Google and Meta? Because like Google and Meta is duopoly in the United States. It's like most of the ad spend goes to those channels.
Yeah, and if you think about it, I've always followed Gary Vaynerchuk.
Mm.
Cool story. He actually called me on Father's Day to wish me a happy Father's Day once because my daughters tweeted him and he got the tweet and he called me and said, "Hey, your daughter said to call you on Father's Day." So
Shout
interesting
out to
that we're
Gary
on.
Vee. Shout out to Gary Vee.
Share it, shout out the fact that he calls, and it was from an X post, a tweet. So that was pretty cool. But he always talks about underpriced attention. And
Mhm.
that's always resonated with me because I know how expensive Google ads can get for some businesses. I know how expensive Facebook ads can get for some businesses. Some businesses, they can get away with it. But when you start having competition, you're competing on who can spend more. And so when we saw TikTok organic take over, that was underpriced attention. It was free attention. Anytime there's a new platform, they try to get as many people on before they change the algorithm. So I'm always looking for underpriced attention. So when the big advertisers left, and then when I started looking at the current advertisers on X doing it wrong, I think they're doing it wrong, not being creative with their strategy, which we'll talk about today. I said that's underpriced attention now or never.
Mm. So, so I know you work with newsletters. What type of newsletters have you seen the best results with X ads?
Yeah, we have a couple that we're working with, like a men's health and faith-based newsletter. Then another one which is pretty unique. Cody Sanchez. She
Mm.
talks about trade businesses and all of that. So we're working with a trade school under her, not associated with her, but similar. And one's getting, and they're pretty new. They're just a couple months in. They're right around $1.06 per subscriber now. And that started at around $3.26, and then each month we're dropping a dollar.
How long
And
did it
then
take you to get from 3 to 1?
Yep. So we're dropping a dollar every month. So it's taking about 4 weeks to drop a dollar.
Mm.
So 25 cents we're dropping every week. Now, some weeks we'll have it at 80 cents. Some weeks it'll be at $1.40, but the trend is dropping about 25 cents a week, which is pretty cool. The other one we've been managing for 6 months now, and they're down to about 30 cents per subscriber. Same thing, started at around 3, and now they're about 30 cents per subscriber and basically scaling right now, which is really exciting.
That's
So
pretty impressive. What
pretty
are some of
impressive.
the open rates you're getting with for these newsletters?
Yeah, so 80% on one, that's pretty new. The other one's at around 54% right now, where we're getting the 30 cents per subscriber. Now
Pretty
we
solid.
advise on some tricks to make sure those stay open. We have some welcome emails to build relationships. We play around with the pre-headers to make sure, and then we continue cleaning the list. But the best part, which we'll probably talk about, is
Mm.
the audience you can target on X. Once you dial in your audience, your ads are only showing to that perfect person that will look forward to opening your newsletters.
Mm. How do you do that?
So in the back end,
Mm.
and we'll talk about this probably, Andy, but I think everyone's doing X ads wrong. Sell, 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 click my link, right?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
What's
it.
your strategy, with X?
What I
Yeah.
like to do is build a relationship first, get them to come visit my profile, leave a comment, follow me before I ask them to
Actually,
go subscribe.
so what do you think, like, so before we, dive in the strategy, what do you think? So most of the people that run ads on X, what do they do wrong?
So they ask people to go to their website first. I've never
Hmm.
heard of you before. I've never seen this profile. I don't trust them. I don't like them. I don't know who they are. And I see an ad and it says, hey, my product is awesome. Click on the link and go subscribe. Why? Why would I do that? And so that's by far the lowest conversion rates I've even seen compared to even Google and Facebook and YouTube ads, because they hit the site and they bounce so quick because it's not relevant. X is a different platform. X isn't go buy and subscribe. It's connect with me, build a relationship, and then I'll check out what you have. So I think that's the biggest mistake they're making, is saying, you've never heard of me, go click on something.
Mm. And you're doing the complete opposite, right?
Exactly. So what we do is we show that first ad, the first 1 or 2 ads, only to our profile and our existing post. And I say, hey, this is me. This is what
Hmm.
I got to offer. Let's just connect and be friends. I'm a relatable channel to yours. Maybe you like what I'm doing, but I don't need you to click on anything. So here's the other caveat. Facebook, Google, YouTube, and X, they don't want their users leaving their platform to go to your website. Okay. So when you say, here's an ad, leave X and go to my website, they're going to charge you more. So Facebook is known for this, that if you direct people to your website from an ad, they're going to charge you $4 or $5 a click, up and down, just the estimate. You'll get $1 a click, you'll get $10 a click, depends on the business, right?
Yeah.
But if you keep them on the platform and you say, hey, just go to my profile and follow me, it's pennies per click. So imagine how many more people you can build relationships with. A couple things that does, it builds up a retargeting list. So now you can show them another ad and get them to go to the website. They see your organic post. So now you're getting free clicks,
Mm.
and they're more likely to take an action because maybe they've learned from you or they like you already before they go to the website.
So you're seeing, it's better quality audience, and they're like, you're actually getting people that built relationship with you, so they're more likely to buy whatever your product, your subscription, your high ticket offer.
Let's dive into the audience. So another mistake I see people making is they're putting ads out for keywords or interest. I'm going to show my ads to everyone that's interested in entrepreneurship. I'm going to show my
Mm.
ads to everyone interested in health, or anyone that types in lose weight. I'm going to show my ad to. Well, we know how many bots have been on X. I know they're cleaning them up, but those are actually not very good audiences because I feel like the algorithm or the even the ad platform doesn't know because it's so, I would say, diluted. So what we're seeing work best is we're targeting follower lookalikes. We're stealing audiences from that exact person. If you're a website design company, you should
Mhm.
show your ads to Webflow and Shopify audience because you know they're interested in websites, right? If you want to target people that like to subscribe to newsletters, I would go target Andy's audience and I'd steal Andy's audience and show them my ad because I know they're interested in newsletters. So that's what we're seeing work best is go find somebody that has your exact audience, steal them.
So not interest, just the audience lookalike.
Audience look like.
Gotcha. What are some other, I guess, key elements that could lead to a successful X campaign?
People buy from people they trust. I say that a lot and you probably saw it in some of my posts, but it's so true because I like buying from a person or a relatable company.
Mhm.
Or, of course, when I need something, I go to Amazon when I need it, right? But I trust Amazon as well. So I'm more likely to go to a personal account that is teaching me and educating me things. And then who am I going to buy from when I'm ready to buy? The authority, the person that's best. As an example, there's a X profile. His name's Justin Welsh. He
Mhm.
teaches people what to post on LinkedIn and what to post on X, how to create that content. Okay, where am I going to go if I want to get a social media calendar for LinkedIn? I'm going to go to him because he's already given me a ton of tips and I'm going to just go buy that cheat sheet to get me there quicker. I'm already following him. I engage with his posts. I've already learned from him and I trust him. He's got thousands of followers. So I'm going to him. So I really see that personal relationship going a long way on X.
How long? So speaking of trust, how long do you think it takes to build that trust? Because I would imagine it's different for different types of people. Some of them like I see a lot of followers, like immediate trust, like I'll buy from you, and then maybe some people take years or like. But typically, what would you think? How long you're running these campaigns? They're not directing them to the website. How long would you say? Like what are the I guess the cycles of running the non-subscriber campaign to getting that subscriber.
I see it about the 7 touch points. So remember back in the day, they said you had to call someone 7 times before they became a customer.
Mhm.
That's what I'm seeing here is I think that they should see 3 or 4 of your organic posts and 3 or 4 of your ads, and then they'll trust you.
Mm. And so you're seeing that in in the frequency, like do you look at the frequency of ads?
Yep. Yep. The frequency of ads and that's how we separate them into 3 groups: top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. And we want each one to show 1 or 2 times, and then they move on to middle of funnel 1 or 2 times, and then bottom of funnel 1 or 2 times. With the goal of the top of funnel that they
Mhm.
follow you and see your organic posts while they see your ads.
So the top of the funnel, they follow you, they see your posts. What is the middle of funnel? What's the goal of that?
The goal of that is to get them to engage somehow. So whether that's download one of your guides,
Mhm.
download one of your blueprints, leave a comment guide, and you send them something. Um, a video. I have about a 30-second video where I say, "Hey, this is what we do. This is how we can help."
Mhm.
That so whatever that middle of funnel should build that relationship and give them
Mhm.
something of value.
So what would you optimize? What kind of objective or event you would optimize with ads for the middle of funnel?
Middle of funnel, I'd like to continue running it to those follower lookalikes
Mhm.
while also showing the ad to those people that saw or engaged with my top of funnel ad.
Mm.
Yep. That way I know they're seeing me 2 or 3 times.
And then the bottom of funnel, what would that look like?
Bottom of funnel, now we're seeing that, hey, you followed me and
Mhm.
you've seen my ad. Now I'm strictly only showing that and asking people to subscribe based on if they've engaged already.
Mm,
Yep.
I see. And so you would optimize for the subscribe event there or there.
Then you can optimize for the subscribe. Now it's cool. There's a trick.
Uh,
You
uh-huh.
don't have to have them go to your website. You can actually have those link clicks go to your messenger so they can message you and get the link for your subscribe. And what we're actually seeing is most people aren't subscribing from your website click on bottom of funnel. They're subscribing from the link in your bio. So what we're doing is we're setting up a link in bio. There's a shop campaign now, which is cool, which we can touch on. And we're seeing about 70 to 80% of the subscribers and clicks come from that when you're not even asking them to do anything.
From
It's
the
pretty
shop
cool.
campaign. It's like these
Yep.
products at the bottom, on the in the profile section and the bio.
Yep.
Ah.
Exactly. Because it's cool. You can put the picture of what they're going to get. You can kind of
Mhm.
give them a teaser of what they'll get in your newsletter. For newsletters, I always like to give them something, maybe like a guide if they subscribe to
Mhm.
the newsletter, give them a little snippet of that.
Got it. So you have, top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. What's the spend percentage wise like for each of these campaigns?
As much as you can for top of funnel. That's priority. That's the best. So what I do is I usually do about 60 to 70% top of funnel
Mm-hmm.
and about 15 to 20% middle and bottom. So middle and bottom, they don't have to be much because you already have that audience built. You're just retargeting them. It's the cost is so much less.
Mm. Would you say some people, like there's some people that have existing audience on Twitter, right? They have some of the engaged audience. Would you say it makes sense for them to start just with middle of the funnel or bottom of the funnel?
It's funny because most people that I'm finding and talking to and learning about that have a big audience are
Mm,
actually not happy with that audience because maybe they bought followers in the past, which you used to be able to do.
mm,
Maybe they have a lot of spam. And a lot of times I'm seeing since Musk took over, a
mm.
lot of those old profiles where you see somebody with 100,000 followers,
Yeah.
they're not on X anymore, or they're not logging in, right? So I still like the top of funnel for somebody that already has a big audience to try to
Hmm.
get some fresh new people, new eyeballs in there.
Got it. What are some of the best ad creatives? Like I would imagine they're different for each type of the funnel. So the top of the funnel, you said just take the best organic post.
Yep.
W- is there anything else you would do typically?
Yeah, I like showing my face as much as I don't want to show my face. It builds a relationship somehow, right? So my best performing ad is
Mm-hmm.
actually me holding my laptop like this, showing something like, "Hey, this is me. This is what I offer," and it just builds that relationship. They see who I am. You don't have to be good looking for people to click on it. You just have to be relatable, right? So a personal picture talking about how much you enjoy your job or what type of things you do in your work, or maybe offering a free guide or something to give them. Those work really well. Another one is a cheat sheet. So cheat sheets gain popularity on LinkedIn. They're also working on X. Like put a PDF image or some sort of image where it says, "Hey, I created this.
Yeah.
If you subscribe to my newsletter, I'm going to give you 5 quick tips on how to do this."
Yeah, we think those also work really well on Meta. Cheat sheets are like the very good ads in terms of cost per subscriber.
Exactly.
So, okay, so take the best post, maybe a picture of yourself, a cheat sheet for the top of the funnel. What about middle of the funnel?
I like case studies. So showing a case study of somebody that you've worked with. Now, if you have a
Mhm.
newsletter, maybe you can talk about some quick tips that you put in your newsletter. So in our last newsletter, we've talked about this, and this is how it helped people. Or maybe show some snapshots of any replies you get to your newsletter. Like, oh wow, this newsletter was awesome. Take a snapshot of that to show social proof as well. So anything videos less than 30 seconds. I have a video where I'm like, this is an X ad. I want you to do this. I know ads are annoying. Talk to you soon. Like it could be as
Mm.
simple as that.
So there's no like really like call to action, like follow my account
Nope.
or anything.
It's
Like
just,
follow more for more tips.
nope. Hey, just reminding you to subscribe to my newsletter when you get a chance.
Okay, yeah,
Like
very
as,
soft.
as
Yeah,
simple as that.
like you can subscribe. Like if you want to, achieve X, Y, and Z, you can subscribe. But I don't know, forcing you. Mm,
Exactly. And you see the
got it.
theme here, the relationship. Just
Yeah,
being cool. This is what I got. No pressure. There's no
yeah,
sales. When you're ready, you're ready.
yeah. Yeah, I think just Justin Welsh, like he would in his newsletter, he would put whenever you're ready, like check out this my course. I don't know.
Exactly.
Um, so what about bottom of the funnel? Like I would imagine that's more direct response. There's more like call to action and
Exactly.
mm,
That's when you're like, this is what you're going to get if you subscribe. But I think the ad copy is also important there too, because you can actually address that person. I know you're following me. I know that you've checked out my profile. If you haven't done so, why don't you subscribe? This is what the last person said about joining my newsletter and how much they enjoyed it. You can be
mm.
really intentional with your copywriting, knowing they know who you are. Or maybe something like, you've been seeing my posts. How come you haven't subscribed yet?
Oh, yeah. Um, so what would you say like the minimum budget would you recommend people to start with if they wanted to just give, X ads a shot?
Less than you think. Four to 500 bucks your first couple months. And I like you starting really low.
Mhm.
Maybe 15 bucks a day, 10 to 15 bucks a day, something like
Total
that.
across the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. $15.
Yeah, 15 to 20 bucks, 10 to 20 bucks a day is all you need to test, because it is very important to test, because you're
Yeah.
going to try a lot of ads. They get 0 clicks and really high costs and nobody likes them. So what
Mm.
we look for is to post top of funnel only for your first month. Don't even worry about your middle or bottom of funnel. See
Mm.
what your audience likes and throw in 20 organic posts in that top of funnel. 10 to 20 organic posts. Come back. You got to let these marinate for 3 days before you start seeing results, which I want to talk on next, Andy. But
Mm.
throw in as many organic posts as you can. If you're already posting organically, post the ones that have gotten the most organic engagement, right? The most likes, the most comments. That shows your social authority. And come back after a week or two and you can filter and see how many followers you've gained from that ad. So if you have 20 organic posts running as ads, you let them sit for 7 days, come back and you'll see that 1 out of 20 gained you 30 new followers. What that meant is it resonated with that audience and they liked you. So
Mm.
you can go shut off those other ones and keep the ones running
They like
that.
your face. They like your face because
Exactly.
if you're running face ads.
Yep. Or if they don't like your face one, you get 0 followers, shut that one off.
Yeah. Um, cool.
Yep.
Do you ever edit face like, make it more appealing, like,
Nope.
it's like, yeah, okay.
Hey, I got a YouTube
I would
channel
imagine.
and I got a YouTube channel, Andy, and the ones where I make mistakes and my hair is messed up and the
Uh,
uglier I am, the better they perform.
yeah, it's so funny. There's these YouTubers, they would dye their hair, they would, dress up as clowns and just like do whatever and like do all these weird thumbnails, like with all these faces.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're not going after B2B people, so maybe that's why they're just going after, mass consumer a lot of
Yep.
times.
Exactly.
Um,
And if you're in the
yeah.
business world, you want to be relatable and trustworthy, not
Mm,
fake and entertaining.
yeah. Um,
I just talked about, I wanted to mention on letting things marinate with your
mm,
ads. So we see everything start really high, and then it takes 3 days for everything to drop to start seeing the results. So it takes the ad about 3 days. So that's why I do like starting with a really low budget. Let
mm,
it run for 3 days, let it figure it out. Then you'll see what your true cost is. Change some of your creatives, increase the budget a bit, wait another 3 days. And so every 3 days. So got to give it 3 days. That's why I don't like starting really high so you don't waste any money.
yeah, yeah. The same thing we do with Meta. We start like small and then we wait 4 days or yeah, 7 days and then we just adjust. Mm.
Yep.
So would you say is it like yeah, so you do top of the funnel and then do you expect any subscribers from that or do you expect just followers from that? What would typical, cost per follower, cost per subscriber in the first day one or like day three would be?
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to tell day one. So day three, you want to start getting more followers. That's what you want to start looking at. That's the key there. And what you want to do is look for new followers for less than $5 per follower. It's going to get much less. I know that's a lot to start with, but as you continue to keep the ad going and figure out which creatives resonate,
Mhm.
it gets all the way down to 30 cents per follower. So the follower should be lower cost than what you're paying for the subscriber.
So 30 cents per follower. And then like I would imagine year, like, month after month, it gets even lower.
Yep, exactly. Like one of our newsletters that we've been doing for 6 months, I think
Mm.
he's at 6 cents a follower
Mm.
and 3 cents per thousand impressions. So a lot of
In the
people can
US,
see
right?
you. Yep, in the US.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Twitter audience is pretty good overall if you do the proper. This is like so good. I mean, even if you do meta campaigns like reach and frequency, it would be, I don't know, probably way over $3. I would imagine.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's pretty cool.
Any free resources you would recommend people, that want to start X advertising?
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna give this to you in it's called Social Database. It's a free
Mm.
Chrome extension. We've actually partnered with them. And I'll give you the link that you can put under the video. But you download the Chrome extension, and it's an AI software that will actually build out your whole audience for you by you just typing in who you want. So, as an example, I typed in, I want to target CEOs or CEOs with CEO in their title, in their
Mm.
profile, or people that talk about CEO. And it generated a list of, I think, 7 million CEOs.
Mm. Cool. Yeah, we're definitely gonna include it in a link in the description.
Cool. That
Cool.
sounds good. Yeah, that's super helpful. And I post on my profile all the time things that are working and audiences like that. So you could actually go to my profile and I post it as a blog on our website. You can copy that exact audience. So if you want to target all the CEOs on X, just go copy the keywords, copy the follower lookalikes, paste them in, and you're good.
Cool. Yeah, we'll include the link to your profile as well in the description.
Cool.
So, I think, we've talked about this and it's worth repeating. So what advice again would you give to people that just want to start out with X advertising? What would be, I guess, one thing or a few things?
Step one, start posting organically. So if you haven't started posting organically, I do get that question a lot, Andy, is what should I be posting, right?
Hmm.
So I just really like educational content, giving them tips, quick insights, education, making it as personal, as valuable as you can. You a lot of times when you post on social media is 99% of people that you give all your free stuff advice to will not
Hmm.
take action on it. So you don't have to worry about giving away all your best advice, thinking everyone's going to just go do it and never pay you. What happens is you give away your best stuff, they learn from it, and when they decide they don't have time to take
Yeah.
action, they'll come back and hire you. So start posting organically and posting helpful content, zero sales. Don't ask them to DM you. Don't ask them to go to your website. Just educate them. Then once you find some organic posts, they get some good comments, especially the personal ones. Start
Hmm.
testing those as ads. Just focus on the top of funnel. When you go into your ad account, you'll see a bunch of different options. Just choose reach. Show that ad to as many people as you can.
Hmm.
Choose an organic post. And the best piece of advice is create one pillar piece of content that you can pin at the top of your profile and start
Hmm.
running ads to that. Because what happens is maybe you only have 2,000 followers, right? But if somebody sees that first post on your profile has 9 million views and 100 comments,
Yeah.
that's the authority they were looking for. They're more likely to follow you from there.
Mm. Any, I guess, any tips or maybe patterns you see of what kind of posts work best? Is it, a story like I did X, Y, and Z? This is what happened. This is what I achieved. No sales. Maybe some screenshots. Like, do you add an image, video, just text? Is it like a thread or just a post? How would you, what are you seeing?
Yeah, right now, a couple things that are working are actually shorter posts with an image. So they don't have to be long. It can be, you can actually do a hook and a story in your post, and then the image is your education.
Mhm.
And then you ask them to bookmark the post and leave a comment to get the full thing. So the algorithm wants to see that people are bookmarking your post right now and that they're expanding that image. So I see a lot of people with a guide, a cheat sheet, right? They'll post as a PDF. and you actually have to click and open it to be able to read it.
Oh, huh, that's smart. Yeah.
Yep. You'll see, Leela Hermosi, Alex Hermosi's wife.
Yeah.
She does a blur over all of her guides. So you actually have to open it to see it and then leave a comment to get the full thing.
Okay, yeah. We'll definitely everybody go and check out the Leila Hormozi
The blurred post.
blur post.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm.
So something like that. Give them a little sample, make them open it, have them bookmark it to come back later so they don't forget. And what that does is triggers the algorithm. So then their friends see that they engage with that. They'll show it to more people. So that's what I'm seeing work right now.
Mm. Interesting. What do you disagree with most people when it comes to advertising on X?
We already answered this one.
Yeah,
Just
building
going,
trust.
asking people to go to the website.
Yeah.
Like that's, I would, in my ads, I never ask them to go to the website. I
Mm.
just, not even in bottom of funnel. Bottom of funnel, I tell them to message me. I just know that they probably won't. They know where to find your website when they're ready. You don't have
Yeah.
to tell them. It's the
Mm.
link in the bio. We all know that.
Yeah. 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 It's like it's weird because the audience on X is just so different than on Facebook, and the psychology, the way they behave. And even if it's the same people, they just behave differently, I think, potentially. But yeah, because yeah, we've had I've there's been a lot of times where I was like very surprised that like there's no zero direct response principles in the ad. Doesn't look like an ad at all. It's just like a short video. It's not even clear. Well, I mean, it could be clear where the product is, but it works so much better than just like direct response ads.
Yeah.
So
Well, if
yeah.
you think about it, like I was talking to my wife, she says she likes Instagram the most because she can browse through the ads and see the new products she can buy, right?
Mm,
That's what you're on Instagram for. You're looking at cool things that you can buy or essentially, better your life or, but on X, they're there for the news. They're there to connect with other like-minded people. I call
memes.
it memes, to laugh, to have
Yeah.
fun, for controversy, to leave their opinion,
Politics.
politics. They're
Yeah.
not on there to go buy something.
Yeah. For sure.
But if you had a compelling thought or a story that resonated with them, then they're like,
Mm.
who's this guy? Let me go connect with him and see what he's all about.
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching Bill Ackman podcast with Lex Friedman, I think.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said that like they were talking about some advertising, and he said that he bought something from an ad he saw on Twitter. So like if you want to sell to, um Ackman or, some billionaires, that's the platform to go.
That's
Or
the platform to be
presidents.
on.
Yeah.
Yep. You see a
Um
president buy something from you or subscribe to your newsletter.
yeah. That'd be
I'm sure they're
fun.
using a fake email there. You never know.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be awesome. That's who we need to target right there.
There was I think Morning Brew did some sort of article on something, some research, and then Biden, president of the United States account, retweeted that from
That's
Morning
awesome.
Brew, and then I think the co-founder of Morning Brew said like I would never imagine like 10 years it's like president of the United States retweeting my my newsletter.
That's
Um,
incredible.
yeah.
Yeah, because you can actually target who you want. You can go find maybe someone even with a small audience and just target their
Mm,
people. Tucker Carlson you could target. I would say someone like Elon Musk is probably too broad and not very targeted. But
mm,
yeah, and you could be really creative with your copy. Like, hey, I know you like Andy. If you like Andy, you're gonna like me. So let's
yeah.
connect. So
Mm,
I did a really good one that
mm,
works well for me is I'm faith-based entrepreneur. I said I'm looking to connect with more faith-based entrepreneurs. And now faith-based entrepreneurs and I connect and do business together. So you could
mm,
be really, and I targeted faith-based entrepreneurs and pastors and churches, and that was huge. That's what we're doing with our faith-based newsletter that we manage as well.
mm. There's a good niche for agency too, I guess.
Yep.
Mm. I wonder if they're buying like if they're doing any X ads, just like churches. I think that mostly Facebook.
Probably not.
Yeah.
They should be.
Yeah. Cool. What's the highest ROI activity you've done in the last 12 months? Brad?
Just narrowed in from a broad, offering broad services to very targeted.
Mhm.
Um, we've always tried to move along with what's happening in the world of marketing and ads. So instead of offering so many things like Google, Facebook, websites, just really dialing into we help with X advertising and YouTube advertising. That's it.
Mm,
So just dialing into that, I think we're going to target in even more to just doing X ads and being the best out there um, that do it. And I think focusing in on one thing and being the best at it, that's really been a huge ROI for me. Also, sharing stories. So I took a break from social media posting because I got
mhm.
rosacea on my face. So last year, I decided to start posting and didn't care what I look like again and just not caring anymore and saying I'd rather have just 100 people that are my ideal audience and not millions. I don't care. That's been huge because now I've got a few hundred people that like all of my posts, watch all my YouTube
Mhm.
videos, learn from me, will hire me and support me. And that has been huge. A
Yeah.
thousand true fans is then,
Yeah, 1,000 fans. Yeah, it's a good one.
yep,
Yeah, and yeah, you can like you can price your services way higher if you go, if you have 1,000 true fans.
exactly.
Mm. So focus was the and narrowing down, niching down was the highest ROI activity you've done.
Yep. That and then sharing stories and creating content again for that one thing.
Mm.
Yep, that because that build off because if I never talked about it, no one would know all the services the one service I offer, right? So actually teaching and talking about it has been huge.
Cool. What are your favorite books?
Well, I just said one, A Thousand True Fans. I knew that was coming. And then Dan Martell just released a book, Buy Back Your Time. He actually is the one that inspired me to start my YouTube channel 7 years ago.
Oh,
So
cool.
he started a YouTube channel, I think 8 or 9 years ago, and then I did it.
Mm.
I was on a Zoom call with him, and he said, "You just got to do it. Just doesn't matter. Make it. They could be the worst videos in the world." He said, "I'm making my videos for my kids, and then whoever watches it watches it." He's now has 500,000 subscribers. So
Wow,
um,
that many? Oh,
yeah, and just a couple years ago, he was at 100 where I'm at. So I'm looking forward to trying to keep up with him.
yeah. Are they doing Twitter ads for his
They're
newsletter?
not, but I'm waiting for him to call me.
Yeah. Yeah, you better target, Del Martel, people that Del Martel follows, like their
Exactly.
lookalike or whatever.
All the
Yeah,
SaaS founders. Yep.
yeah, the SaaS crowd. Mm.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, thank you, Brad. Are there any things that we haven't covered that you'd like to share about X advertising or anything?
I think a lot of times it can be overwhelming for people just to post organically and just not know what to post. So I have a calendar
Mm,
where I have Monday through Friday broken down into themes. So I think that might be able to help some people. So I have, marketing Monday, testimonial Tuesday, website Wednesday, throwback Thursday, FAQ Fridays, right?
mm,
So then I know exactly what I should be posting on those days.
mm. Are you scheduling your content out, in 5 months ahead, 1 year, like 10 years, or do you just like write it the same day or the same week? How that work?
I'm about one day behind. So, because
Mm,
everything's like super relevant to what I'm doing, because I like to share stories.
mhm,
So, yep, I try to just, we're a week behind on my business stuff, but just on like my personal daily stuff where I have my theme testimony to Tuesday, about a day ahead. So, but I think just having a theme and then finding your voice, it's taken me a long time to find my voice. And then you can just kind of get in a rhythm and then people know what to expect from you.
mhm. How cool. Do you use any scheduling tools, or I've heard like this, I think Alex Hormozy was saying that he always does it, does it posts without any scheduling tools because I think algos can detect it or something.
100%.
Is this
That's
true?
true. It's
That's
true.
true. I've
Yep.
noticed that this the same thing. Like whenever I use scheduling tools, like it's different performance, and then when I post things myself, it's very different.
Exactly. So what we use is we use a couple softwares just to schedule it out, like for my business stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
for my personal stuff, I have a virtual assistant who I've trained. I give them the post, and then they log in to my account and post at that exact time I want them to. That is one cool thing. If you have X Premium, you can log into your analytics and you can look at your audience and when they like and comment the most. And then you can post at those times. Like mine is 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. So then I know that's when I should be posting.
Mm. Yeah, I think mine also says 8 a.m. Um,
So just start posting, start helping people. Don't talk about yourself. Just share stories, share helpful educational content, and the customers will come at some point.
yeah. Oh, one thing about these posts, there's been a lot of giveaways with Hype Fury, auto DM giveaways, all these things. What's your take on those?
Yeah, those work well. That's really good for the middle of funnel to try to get somebody to leave a comment and engage.
Hmm.
So I always recommend for middle of funnel, do something like bookmark, follow me, and I'll
Hmm.
send you and leave a comment, blueprint, and I'll send you the post. Now, a lot of those times they only will do it for 24 hours or I think 500 messages. So you can get started with those at least. But at some point, you'll have to get probably a virtual assistant to help you if you grow your profile big enough. But it's well worth the ROI.
Mm, cool. And so where listeners can find you, connect with you, learn more about you, what you do.
Yeah, so I'll give you the links, but my X profile, Brad Smith Coach, I'll continue posting new audiences and new updates. They're actually releasing a new dashboard that's going to make it easier than ever to create profitable ads. So it's really cool. You can put in your budget, your ROI that you need, how many sales you need, what your spend is, and they'll actually give you a pre-calculation for that. So I'll be posting more about that on Brad Smith Coach X and also my YouTube channel at Brad Smith. I'm posting videos showing you how to set up the ads, how to find your audiences, and what type of posts you should be doing.
Fire. Great. Well, thanks, Brad, for hopping on. It's been a real pleasure. I've learned so much, and I'm sure everybody else, everybody who's listening. So, yeah, I really appreciate you joining. Thanks everybody who's been listening today. If you don't want to miss future episodes, make sure you subscribe and share with somebody who'd be interested in, who want to grow their audience, want to grow their newsletter. And yeah, to support this podcast, check out our partners in the description of the video and see you in the next one.
Thank you so much, Andy. Thanks everyone for watching.